Halladay is one strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Halladay has thrown a no-hitter.
Start, Will?
Yeah. Well, not really. I don't even feel like it today.
All right, and that's the show. Thanks for...
No, I like that. The news of Roy Halladay today is just, that's bothersome. It's like the Gord Downey news. Like, I feel like without Roy Halladay's success being the only bright spot, like you said off the air, of the Blue Jays, he was the only bright spot for, like, how many years?
Mm-hmm.
How many years? Like, crazy. Like, 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many seasons he pitched. But he's, like, really... He was, the pitcher that stands out to me the most, obviously, when I was getting into baseball. And he's probably the only reason that I actually like the Blue Jays. Because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be a baseball fan.
Yeah. I remember when I started cheering for them, it was like the Vernon Wells days and with him. And I went to a game for my birthday, my first Jays game, and he didn't pitch. He pitched the night before, but we watched the game the night before and then drove down there. And I remember like walking around. I was like 12. I'm probably a little older. But you'd see the mound, and I was like, Halladay was there yesterday. Like a little kid that I was.
No. I was telling you, like, without him, there wouldn't be a player like Devin Travis. He's from Toronto, right?
I don't think so. That's Pompey, isn't it?
Pompey, Dalton Pompey. I always get the two mixed up.
Yeah.
Except for one's good.
And one's not a Blue Jay anymore.
No, but there would be, like, baseball wouldn't be where it is today in Toronto without a guy like Roy Halladay. And I'm so glad they were able to bring him out last year and celebrate his career as a Blue Jay.
Yeah.
When they traded him, that was like the move of the century.
It was for him, though. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had a success in Philly too.
Mhm.
So.
This is like what podcast number is this? Like.
This is 7, and we've done 3 RIPs. It's not good.
3 RIPs. Well, we had Gord, we had Roy, we had John Dunsworth, we had the Vegas shooting one week, we had
and frickin'
Trump, not with the White House.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. I think we're bad luck.
Yeah, Tom. For those who don't know, Roy Halladay was 40 years old. He's, I was under the understanding either he was a passenger or he was flying the plane.
It's his plane he was flying.
And it crashed into the Gulf of, where was it?
Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he was 40 years old, still young.
He's a big plane guy. Well,
yeah.
So.
Anyways, on that note.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think we're bad luck.
Don't say that.
No. On a happier note, we're on iTunes.
Yeah, that's huge. Shout out to you.
Yeah, well, I gotta pull my weight in some way because you do all the editing.
Yeah, well.
Crap there. So.
At least you took notes and you know how to do it if we need to do it again, right?
Yeah, it's all written down. Yep, it's somewhere. No, I didn't take any notes. I was not expecting us to be approved, but we were approved.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only thing I've ever been approved for in my life.
Yep. Well, that and Loyalist College journalism.
No, it was like a walk-on.
Oh.
No. But yeah, so we're on iTunes now, and we hit 69 views, nice. 69 views on YouTube last week, too.
Nice.
And we have, last time I checked, we had 23 subscribers on iTunes overnight.
How many we got now?
People that we know subscribing, and people that we don't know that are subscribing. So I have no clue what we're at right now, but
Okay.
I'm willing to find out.
All right. Well, you're doing that. I want to say thank you to everyone. We've been getting a lot of like positive criticism, which is nice. It helps us out. But we have been getting a lot of people that I wasn't expecting to listen, messaging me and saying that they've listened and that they like it and they all think it's great what we're doing, and it was kind of cool when did we get on iTunes? Thursday? When
So November 1st.
Yeah. No, that's Wednesday. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. So
Right now we're up to 27.
subscribers?
Yeah.
Well, if anyone else wants to subscribe and listen, we've been getting, it doesn't say we have, but I know a few people have been writing reviews and rating us, so do that too. And then, yeah, but it's really cool. It's actually, I feel pretty cool about it. And we got that photo I took that looks nice too, so.
And now that we're on iTunes, I think it's fair to say we should look for people who would like to maybe sponsor us, or not sponsor us, but like so we can plug your business.
Yeah.
Once we get a few more subscribers there, if you have any interest whatsoever, we'd love to talk about your business and how good your business is.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, it's better than our business.
Well.
Yeah, except for we have 27 subscribers and you guys don't.
So get on our level. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll get off the tire pump right now.
Yeah. No, but it's pretty cool. So, and good job to Will for figuring it out.
Took me an hour. Would not know how to do it again. Yeah, thank God for YouTube. YouTube makes it easy though, so I thank YouTube for that.
Yeah.
And
Except for
then,
we can't use our own songs, so they don't really make it that easy.
Yeah, so there's that too. But I mean, also with the iTunes, if you want to listen, you can download our episodes too.
Yeah, that's different than YouTube as well.
Yeah. So say you're scrolling through iTunes, you click on our podcast, you say, I don't really want to listen to it right now, but I want to hear it.
Or ever.
You can download it. Yeah, you can download it. It stays in your My Podcast on the podcast app on your iPhone.
Yeah.
And and then you can download and listen to it later. So
26, you said?
27.
27. 27 people care what we talk about.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
Yeah, and 69 people on YouTube cared what we talked about. 69, Riley.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can't emphasize that one enough, eh?
69.
Oh.
Forever nice.
I thought last week's show was really good too with Kelsey.
Yeah, I think we got a good one coming up here too. We've had a couple of strong shows. I think we've definitely improved.
Yeah.
Over the couple of weeks that we've been going for it.
Well, that garbage one we have with Cam Kennedy, you can only go up from there.
Yeah, that guy's a train wreck. Nah, actually, he was sick.
Yeah.
Have him on anytime.
Yeah. We're still waiting for that theme song, though, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, I think we've improved, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think we'll know after this episode. And we got Riley's buddy that he was a co-intern with.
Yeah, well, I think he was, if I remember, he was game day ops when I was interned with the Brampton Beast after I took PR. We had to do an internship. Not a big deal. But he was game day ops and I was in PR, and all the interns kind of were buddies because all the full-time staff kind of did their own. Well, that's not true, actually. We were all buddies. We were all pretty good. But yeah, me and Austin, and there was a few others that were there that were really good too. So I've been keeping in contact with Austin because now he's made the move to journalism and stuff. So
yeah, guy knows his stuff too.
yeah, we did that interview already. You're gonna hear it here in the next couple minutes.
But after Austin, I think we got two hypotheticals that we're gonna throw out.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that first, but we'll do that after now.
Yeah, we'll do that after, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the Matt Duchene trade, or as Guy Boucher calls him, douche.
Yeah. One comment I got was that we if we want to get a lot of viewers, we shouldn't swear.
not a swear word. In French, that's shower.
Okay. Did they call him shower?
Guy calls him it, so.
Oh.
I mean, that guy's so even-keeled. He would never swear.
He looks like a Bond villain.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway.
Anyways.
We'll bring Austin on now.
Yeah, wait, just 1 sec.
Nope.
Just watching the TSN feed roll by on my screen here with the Habs game up 2-1 over Vegas. Louis Domingue was assigned to Tucson again. The yo-yo continues.
I'm doing a yo-yo gesture with my hand. I forgot we're not on camera.
All right.
Well,
after the break.
After the break, we got Austin Broad. Here we go.
10 seconds to go in OT. And broken up and taken away now and scooped up to center ice. And chasing after it is Eichel. Here's Eichel in over the line, going in on goal. Score!
Guest this week, a buddy of mine that I met with my time with the Brampton Beasts when I was an intern there, and now we stay connected. He's one of the only Buffalo Sabres fans I know, which sorry to hear for him, first of all. But it's Austin Broad. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on. Just first, we'll start. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, I guess, who you are and what you're up to.
Well, yeah, obviously, my name is Austin Broad. I'm currently in my second year of journalism at Niagara College.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, going good, except for the fact that they're on strike, but let's not get into that.
Oh, yeah.
I write for a couple websites, Future Considerations, which is a scouting agency, so that's all about draft-eligible prospects from all over the world. And then I write for Sabres Fanatics. Obviously, that's all about the Sabres, which, like you said, unfortunate that I'm a Sabres fan, especially right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of a... Go ahead, Will.
I was just going to say, that's kind of cool, because I've been following Futures Consideration since I was, pretty young. Not pretty young, but, I've been following them for, 5-6 years.
Yeah, I actually scouted for them last year, and then once I started taking journalism, I asked if they had anything for me there, so I switched over to writing. This will be my second season writing for them, so it's pretty cool.
So you, by scout, what do you mean by scout? Do you just do, game reports on players, or do you...
Yeah, game reports. So, when I scouted, I was Niagara and Mississauga, because those are the two, teams closest to me, and Hamilton. So I would write game reports on all the players from those teams, whatever games I went to.
So for
nice.
people... Go ahead.
It's a good experience, too.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So maybe for people who don't know what a game report is, just talk a little bit about what you would do when you were doing that.
So basically, I would look at the draft-eligible players, and then I would write down notes about them, what they're good at, what they're not, what they need to work on, if they scored a goal, how they scored that goal, if they got an assist, how they got that an assist. Basically, just the gist of what they did that game and how they did it.
Yeah.
Any notable players that stand out to you? People will know?
Well, I scouted the Ice Dogs a lot, and he was draft eligible this year, so I didn't focus on him too much, but Akil Thomas from the Ice Dogs is probably going to go top 15 this year if he keeps his play up. He was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Is he smaller, or is he, big brain?
Sorry, what was that?
Is he smaller, a smaller player, or is he bigger?
Yeah, he's smaller. He's got to work on defense and hopefully add some weight to him, but he's got a lot of skill.
Yeah.
Is he kind of like a Josh Mustang type of player?
Yeah, but more effort, more consistent effort.
Not
I
gonna.
heard it wouldn't take much.
Does he show up on time? That's all that matters, really. And you're ahead, one step ahead of him.
Yeah, he shows up on time.
Yeah. So, we can move on to your Sabres, I guess. It's not been the. Everyone thought it was going to be maybe a brighter season than it has been in past, but this one's been kind of rough. I haven't seen a lot of games, but just talk about how you're feeling 15 or whatever games in.
Well, yeah, I guess like you said, we thought it was going to be a better year, but their blue line, again, wasn't the greatest, but it was improved from last year, but they can't stay healthy, and literally every time Phil Housley comes out and says, oh, this player's day-to-day, 4 days later they're put on IR, so I don't know what's going on with their injuries. And then 0 goals from anyone on the blue line obviously doesn't help. And outside of Eichel, Kane, O'Reilly, and Palmenville, no one on this team can put the puck in the net. So just anything that could possibly have gone wrong for them has gone wrong for them.
Yeah.
14 games in.
Yeah. I think they're the only team in the NHL that hasn't had one game where they've had a healthy roster. They've had somebody miss every game this year.
That's brutal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think of, just because, like, I'm a Habs fan, and I used to love Nathan Beaulieu. I just love the way that kid skates. And I was pretty high on him when he was coming out of juniors. I thought he had potential to be, like, maybe like a consistent 30-point guy. But he had his flaws defensively. What do you thought of his game?
I loved the trade for Beaulieu. I think it was what he missed. He was scratched for their last playoff game, and literally after that game, I was like, I want the Sabres to trade for him. And when they did trade for him, I was excited. Obviously, he's got his flaws, but I think he's the number 4 defenseman on this team when he's healthy. And like you said, I think he can put up 30 points. He's gonna make his mistakes, but he's still young. So I love Beaulieu. I think he was a great pickup for him. They just need him to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And they get virtually about anything. They didn't give a roster player for him, so it was like a 3rd-round pick to them.
Yeah, they gave up a 3rd-round pick, which they had 2 of in the next draft. So they, like you said, they pretty much gave up nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the trade on my end, because obviously I'm a Habs fan, and I was like, a third. One guy who can move the puck in Montreal, the entire blue line, and he's under 25.
Well,
like, oh my God.
You know the deal. If you're a puck-moving D-man, you can't stay in Montreal.
Oh.
They're allergic to them.
Yeah, except for Mete. Mete worked his way out.
Yeah,
Mete has been impressive.
but they weren't expecting him there yet. Like,
No.
oh man. So now I guess we can talk about your future considerations thing too, and prospects for the Sabres. But talk about Middlestat. How you're feeling about you guys having him.
Middlestat falling to 8th in their draft is probably the best thing that's happened to Buffalo since drafting, other than drafting Eichel. I don't get how he fell to 8th. I get that he couldn't do a pull-up, but I don't know what happened in that draft because Middlestat, watching him play in the NCAA, he's special.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm already thinking about next year because of how this season's gone, or the end of this year. Hopefully they can get Middlestat to come out right away.
Yeah.
He's good.
Say the Sabres drafted top 5 again. I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen, but who would you see them taking? Like, maybe if they're outside the top 2, so not Dallin, not Svechnikov, but who would you see as a good fit for the Sabres to pick up?
I wouldn't mind them taking Boquist only because they really desperately need defensive depth on this team. But Zadina, the way he's played so far, it's kind of hard for any team to pass up on him if he's there because he's been excellent for Halifax to start this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're also getting depth on that right wing. Like you have Alex Nylander, and then is he still in Rochester?
Yeah, he just started skating. He tore his groin during the prospects, or not groin, but he had a lower body injury during the prospects challenge, and he hasn't skated since. He just started skating the other day for Rochester. So I'm hoping once he skates and he can show some improvement that he'll be up in Buffalo soon. Because, like I said, Nylander, I love his skill. I don't think he'll be nearly what William is, but he's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you actually thinking? Are you actually thinking about like next year? Like you said that, but like, are you actually like already thinking this is it? It's over for the year. Let's focus on next season or what?
No, they could somehow turn this around as long as they get healthy and stay healthy. But I don't know. It's just I don't know what's up with Buffalo. They have consistently dressed Nolan and Matt Molson and just players that can't keep up with the new NHL and don't belong. You see all these other teams making their youth movement and not worrying about the consequences, and Buffalo they don't. Like players like Nick Baptiste, Brendan Gooley, they're all young and super skilled, and yeah, they're going to make their mistakes if they're in the NHL, but they make your team a lot faster and a lot more dangerous, especially compared to Jordan Nolan and Matt Molson.
I got a question for you. What do you think that Phil Housley has changed for the Sabres compared to like Dan Bylsma? I didn't think that Bylsma got a fair shake, but I think like I said goes. And like I just want to know what you see different in the Sabres game than what Bylsma brought to the table.
I want to say it's due to Housley. I don't know if it's because Botterill changed the players on the back end or if it's Housley's system, but the D are a lot more active and more aggressive. Last year, the D were very timid and they wouldn't step up on the blue line. They wouldn't pinch to hold the zone, and Housley's definitely been able to activate the D a lot more than Bylsma. But other than that, no, nothing much on the offensive side. It's more or less the D getting involved that Housley's had a huge impact on. But again, I don't know if Bylsma had the players that do it last year. So it's tough.
That's true. Because they have like Beaulieu, Scandella, and Antipin.
Yeah, Beaulieu, Scandella, Antipin, and even the 3 games that they've played, where Zach Redmond, who's not an NHL defenseman, but he's like the players that they have played, they're definitely more aggressive. Again, compared to Justin Falk, who Buffalo has to play now because of injuries, he's not going to be able to step up and be able to use his skating to get back into play if he gets beat. So it's tough to say if it's all Housley or if it's Botterill and Housley combined.
Yeah. You want me to go? So you're looking at me. One thing that I've been kind of thinking about, and it's kind of gone under the radar, I guess, a little bit, but is the well, maybe not for you, maybe for me, but for the Eichel signing of that big contract that he signed. What do you think about that contract?
I'm happy with it only because Eichel right now, he's almost a point per game, and he's going to be a point per game player this year. I'm fully confident in that. And nowadays, I feel like if you're Jack Eichel and you're getting a point per game, you're going to get a lot more than $10 million, or you could command a lot more than $10 million. So I'm happy that he got an 8 by 10 instead of 8 by 11 or 11.5, which is what his agents wanted him to get. And I know a lot of people probably don't know or believe that Eichel deserves 10 a year right now, and that's a fair argument, but when you're the franchise player, you've got to pay the franchise player at least $10 million a year in the new NHL. So
yeah.
Here's a completely different question. What do you think of the future of Sam Reinhart?
That is so tough because watching him in junior, he's one of the smartest hockey players I've probably ever watched, but his skating just isn't up to where it needs to be right now. And if I had the choice right now, what would I do with Sam Reinhart? If I'm Buffalo, I'm trading him only because he's the third-line center for this team right now, and he was a second overall pick. And to me, Rasmus Asplund, who's a prospect that the Sabres have, will be their third-line center next year. So if all you're going to get out of Reinhart in Buffalo is a third-line center, you might as well move on and let him go try and develop into what he can be somewhere else.
Has there been talks of that? I think I probably
Yeah, there's been, his name was floated around, but Botterill, like I said, he just got here, so he's not going to make any rush decisions on what to do with a former second overall pick. But even today, the Drager put out that Evander Kane's getting a lot of interest, and most Sabres fans are pissed off about that because he can score and he plays on Eichel's wing, and they'd rather trade Reinhart than Kane. I don't agree with that personally, but Reinhart, he's a former second overall pick, so he's probably got more value than Kane right now, but I'd rather keep Reinhart personally as a Sabres fan.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way the Habs treat Galchenyuk. Like, he's atop that list now. They have a few shades, but like for a while he was playing like third line, not in the middle of the ice like Reinhart. But I heard an idea floated around. They're like, oh, like why don't the Sabres ship Reinhart for Galchenyuk? Like, change those two. And I was like, I don't know if I want Reinhart.
Yeah, see, as a Sabres fan, I would take that in a heartbeat because Reinhart's best asset is his passing ability and his smarts. Where to me, Galchenyuk, I don't know what's going on with him in Montreal, but he's not given a fair chance. He deserves better.
At least now he's playing on the top line. So
yeah, now he is, but
Yeah, finally.
If I was a Sabres fan, I would trade Reinhart for Galchenyuk in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of trades, we'll ask your thoughts on the big three-way trade that happened this week. What do you think of that one?
Man, Colorado won that trade hands down.
Yeah?
I don't even know if Ottawa got any better. Like, don't get me wrong, Duchene's awesome, but they gave up Turris, who was their top center, and is a pretty good player in his own right, to get Duchene. So they got a little better, in my opinion, but not much.
Yeah. So you think Colorado got... Well, I think Will agrees with that, too. Will really likes what Colorado hauled in, too, but...
Yeah, I'm big on futures. I don't like the fact that Ottawa didn't... Like, Ottawa and Nashville didn't get any futures they got for now, but I guess they're in that... There's two teams that are in that state that they're in, like, win now mode.
Mm-hmm.
And Ottawa wasn't going to pay Turris. Colorado just wanted prospects and picks. That's what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
And they got three very good prospects. Like Shane Bowers, I see him as like a third line center, like in the form of like Nick Bonino moving forward. And then Samuel Girard is like I don't know, he's very skilled. And he put up like 75, over 70 points in his last two seasons in the queue. So I mean, like his offensive upside's there, and he's already played in the NHL a little bit. So I mean, like Nashville, they're just waiting on Ryan Ellis to get back. Because I don't really need Girard right now. Like they're not going to wait on him to develop, you know.
Yeah, like, to me, Nashville losing Girard isn't the end of the world. But like you said, Girard's going to probably play for Colorado, at least for a bit. To me, they're going to be calling up Kamenev soon because with what they got, Kamenev is a pretty solid goal-scoring prospect. Like he's going to be up on them soon. Turris going to Nashville, I mean, I guess that's good for them because they want to try and get back to the Cup. But like I said, Ottawa, if they really wanted to improve for this year, they would have traded for Duchene and found a way to keep Turris because, like I said, to me, the upgrade is there, but it's marginal at best.
Yeah. Ottawa is still, like even TSN was saying yesterday, a couple of guys on TSN, Ottawa is still a top six forward away from being a contender.
Yeah, literally today on Insider Trading, Gregor said Ottawa's still looking at another forward. It's kind of funny that they just traded their best center to get Matt Duchene, and now they still need another forward.
Yeah.
I would have tried to keep Turris and then throw Duchene to the left or right way.
Yeah.
Even if it's still but it doesn't matter. You lose Turris at the end of the year, and then like if you're in win now mode, why wouldn't you try to keep both? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's really clear that Turris wasn't going to stay in Ottawa past this year, but like you said, if you're in win now mode, you get way better by keeping Turris and adding Duchene, not basically switching out to the essentially same player.
But you got to look at it this way too. Like I think, like what they were asking for was like Chabot, right? So is that a piece that you want to move? Like it's a tough spot. It's a very tough spot, right? But I don't know. I kind of feel the same way. But maybe a shake up for Duchene could make him even better than he was there. Like what was he playing with in Colorado, right? Like
yeah, and apparently Duchene's been pushing to go to Ottawa, so like hopefully this brings out the best in him and makes him better. But Ottawa's also got to hope that their owner is willing to give out the money that Duchene's going to want when he's a free agent because they still have to sign Carlson.
Yeah,
the same year. So it's they better.
Like yeah, he's a UFA at the end of next season.
Yeah,
both of them are Duchene and Carlson. So if they're in win now mode, they better win now.
That's gonna be a boatload of money, for Carlson.
It's crazy to think that it's possible, but to me, if I'm Ottawa, you pretty much got to throw out the most highest paid player when it comes to Carlson, more than McDavid, in order to keep him, because people will just offer him ridiculous amounts of money to come to their team.
There'll be blank checks being thrown his way.
Exactly.
Fill in your number.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, thanks for coming on, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We'll for sure have you on again. Maybe have you talk about your Sabres.
Yeah, we'll see we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but I'd love to be on again. So
we'll do it, buddy.
Yeah, you got some really sick insight, and hopefully those teachers put down their tickets pretty soon for it, so we can continue.
Oh yeah. Oh. All right, we'll be back after this.
From out in front, he does. His pass. Then across, Duchene gets the puck first, chipped it off the boards. Slices it back to Duchene. Duchene, shot. He did it! Matt Duchene! Bang, bang, it's in the net. They'll be dancing tonight. The Avalanche have a 6-5 win. Mighty Matt Duchene. He's just rising to the occasions, isn't he, Peter?
Michael, you can sing. And sing it all season long. How about that game against the Mountaineers?
When I hear a song like that,
What do you think of?
How did you know that's what I was gonna say?
I don't know. We have chemistry.
Yeah, no, not a big deal.
That's why we're bleh.
And it's all
Well,
at the
well,
window.
Yeah, I'm the fly. I just ran into the window.
It reminds me of like a band, like a 5-piece band, long hair, and they got the guitars so low they're like playing them down at their knees. You know
Like
what I mean?
Europe?
Yeah, like wide stance, long black hair. The music video, it's black and gray and it's raining.
And nobody goes to watch them. Because it's black and gray
Yeah.
and it's raining.
Well, the
Anyway.
music video.
Yeah. Anyways, so that little highlight there was Matt Duchene scoring a goal against the Sens, you said, right?
Yeah, yeah. Before we get to
Well,
that.
that's ironic.
Oh yeah. Didn't even think of that. Before we get to that, we gotta shout out our guest Austin. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was very good.
And his Twitter at Austin_Broad. AUSTIN_BROAD. I don't know if he wants his Instagram out there, so I'm not gonna tell him.
Yeah, we don't know what's on Austin's Instagram.
No, we do.
Well, I don't. But I've already added him on Facebook and followed him on Twitter, so maybe we're going to take that next step. I don't know him, by the way.
Yeah. You've never met him.
Never met him.
Great guy, though. It was a lot of fun when we interned
Yeah,
at
he
the
seems
Beast,
like
Brampton
it.
Beast. So.
He knows his hockey. I like that about him.
Yeah.
I like hockey.
No. Lies.
Yeah,
Oh, he lies.
So Matt Duchene. So that trade, we'll talk about that a little bit. What did you think? Like, when you saw that it was going to be a 3-team trade. So first off, it fell apart, right? So this trade fell apart last Friday. And that's when we first kind of heard that it was going to be Nashville, Colorado, and Ottawa that are pushing for this deal to go through. And then it fell apart. It was reported. And then it finally came together when? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Today's Tuesday?
Yeah. It'll be
Yeah,
Wednesday when this goes up, but yeah.
Sunday. It was Sunday that it came together. But,
Yeah.
So, what was your initial thoughts?
I don't know. Like, maybe I'm dumb. Not maybe. I'm dumb. But I was like, I didn't really know a lot about the prospects that Colorado was getting. So I was kind of... when I first saw it, maybe this is why. Because I didn't see the draft picks. When I first saw the first tweet I saw about it was that they were getting those two prospects. What is it, Velarde? Is that right?
No, Kamenev and Girard.
Girard, that's it. I keep...
Yeah.
Gabe Velarde, I get it with Girard. Mixed up somehow. But anyway, I saw the two names that were... and I was like, that's it?
Okay.
But then maybe that's why I kind of at first was like, ugh. But then I started seeing what else they were rolling in, and I was like, holy man! Like Colorado, they scored pretty large.
I've heard some like mixed reviews about like what all three teams got, right? So Ottawa also sent them their first round pick from this year, so that's a lottery. That's a lottery protected first.
Mm-hmm.
So say Ottawa, craps their pants and then loses the rest of the way this year, and they get like a lottery pick. That's lottery protected. So Colorado is not obligated to have any right to that pick if that happens. It's not going to happen, but. So, and then they gave them their third round pick, and then Nashville gave them the second. Man, what a haul! But the prospects that went to Colorado were good.
Yeah.
Like Samuel Girard, he's already played 5 games in the league this year. He's got 3 points. Mm-hmm. So he's the defenseman. He's smaller. He's very much in the mold of like I want to say every time I think of small defenseman, I think of Torrey Krug, but he's not. He's not a Torrey Krug. He's better. I don't know. Who's another small defenseman?
McAvoy. Well,
McAvoy's kind of on another level.
Yeah, okay. Gostisbehere is small, but I don't think he's as small as Krug.
No.
Regardless, anyway.
Yeah, regardless, he's really talented. He played 3 years in the queue with Shawinigan.
Mm-hmm.
He had 40 as a rookie. He threw up 43 points in 64 games, 74 in 67, and then 75 in 59. Kid could play hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just at the junior level, but it seems like his offensive awareness is carried over to the NHL. Like, he made Nashville.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan was hurt, but he did make that team. And he's going to play for Colorado this year. And then Kamenev, or whatever, he's good. Like, he's not a great prospect, but, like, he's solid. Like, he's going to play for them, too.
Yeah.
He's in the AHL right now with San Antonio, but, like, he'll play for them, and he'll be a good scorer, like, on the left side for them. And then they have Shane Bowers, like I said before, kind of in the mold of, like, a Nick Bonino.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't high up on Ottawa's prospect list. Like, they have White and Shabbat. And then, who else? Like, Logan Brown. And then you go all the way down, and there was Bowers.
Yeah. And now Colorado, I heard today, they're trying to move Hammond, too. I was thinking that, too, as part of the deal. I was like, they kind of got their 2, right? Like, where is he going to fit in? And then it made sense when they talked about dealing him, right?
Yeah, because Hammond's kind of at the point in his career where he's too good for the AHL, but he's not going to ever be a starter again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a starter like 1 season, then he kind of fell off.
Like half a season?
Yeah, like, what was his record? It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, it scored him free hamburgers for life.
Yeah, I know, like, just ridiculous.
Wonder if they still honor that.
I don't know.
I'm going to say no guy.
Yeah. Well, now he's in wherever, Colorado, so they probably don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
My brother went to see him play his last game, What turned out to be his last game.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal at all.
Not a big deal. I don't know. I think this is gonna sound really dumb. I've sounded dumb today, but I don't think you can, like, everyone always jumps to the who won, who lost.
Yeah.
Because first of all, these draft picks haven't panned out because they haven't picked yet. But everyone got what they wanted.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the same way it works in every other trade. Like, they always say, like, oh, like, Toronto lost the Kessel deal or whatever. Or Toronto, well, when they first got him, right?
Yeah.
But, like, Toronto, that's what Toronto wanted.
Yeah, they needed a face.
Right? And it's like, now they've traded him away. And Toronto's basically got Kapanen to show for it, right? But it's like everyone goes to jump to conclusions as to who's won and lost. But both teams, or all three in this case, have gotten what they wanted. Turris wasn't going to sign in Ottawa, so he's gone. He got what he wanted. Duchene wanted out of Colorado. Colorado got all the picks and prospects they wanted. Ottawa, although they're still maybe one NHL player away from being a real contender, they got a piece that they wanted. Nashville got Turris, which they're happy about. He slides into the second center position. Like, everyone got what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one thing I'm kind of seeing on Twitter, too, when I'm reading about it. was like a couple people were kind of like, wow, like everyone did okay. Like no one really got screwed over.
Yeah, no, not by any means. It's just if you look at it from like, because I guess what people are saying, like what happened was Ottawa traded Turris, Bowers, first and a third, and Hammond to Colorado, and then Colorado traded that, like Turris to Nashville for whatever they got from Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, oh, it kind of sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But how sick is Nashville up the middle, eh?
Stacked. They got Benino at 3C. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh had that, and they did all right, I heard.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so they had Ryan Johansson, bona fide number one center.
Mm-hmm.
Turris slides into the 2-hole. Then they have Nick Bonino, and then Colton Sissons or Cali Yarncroc. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sissons played top minutes.
Yeah.
He filled in for Fisher and Ryan Johansson last year in the playoffs. He's no slouch.
Yeah.
And he's your fourth liner. He's your fourth line center. They're going to be unreal.
You know one thing I've noticed, and now that I'm looking at it as I'm talking, but like Ottawa said, like did on their Twitter account, they said thank you to tourists and whatever, right, and thanks for everything, and but like Colorado never did.
To Duchene?
Yeah.
That guy served time there too.
9 years.
That's incredible.
They made the playoffs twice, but another video that I had chosen as our possible intro was him scoring a shootout goal to clinch their playoff spot in his rookie year.
Yep, I remember that.
They played 5 playoff games, I think, or no, 9 playoff games with him.
Yeah.
And they got swept the second series and the first series. I'm pretty sure they got swept. But
I remember a really good series between them and Minnesota.
Yeah, that was the second time. The first time around, the second time around, that was the second time around. I just got a text message on my phone that screwed me up a little bit.
Apparently.
Yeah, the first time around, they played San Jose, and they only won one game in overtime. And it's because Dan Boyle shot it into his own net from behind the net.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
So I can't remember if that Minnesota series might have gone 7 games, but they still only they've only won 4 playoff games with him, and they played 11, right? No,
Something
12.
like Nobody fact check.
No. Well, I was in the middle of it, and then I got the text message that you also got. So.
Well, I haven't looked at it yet. But
Don't yet. Don't look at it.
Is it from Cam?
Yeah.
God.
He's probably already knows we're making fun of him live on the show, so.
Oh my God. I just read what he wrote.
Yeah, it's.
That's incredible. We'll save that for off.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
Okay. Alright, moving on.
Okay, so I'm scrolling through their Twitter right now, and I don't see them thanking him. They retweeted a thing from Andrew Hammond thanking the Senators. Oh no, they did. They retweeted his thing. That was a waste of time.
Still though, like they didn't thank him personally. Well,
Yeah.
like I'm not personally, but they didn't thank him. They just retweeted him.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's gonna say thank you. The guy spent friggin' 9 seasons there.
Yep.
And played for his hero.
Yeah. Well, how'd that pan out?
Yeah, Sakic's still. He doesn't get an A in my books for anything he does.
Well, he pulled off that deal.
He pulled off that deal, but man, that guy is. You know, every year since he's been the general manager, they've been on a downward spiral every single year. Anyways, What about the hypotheticals that we were talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
This?
Well, yeah, let's do that now.
Sure.
Okay, I'll tell my backstory if you want.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay, so I was at the Peterborough Pete's game this weekend, and I was sitting beside... Actually, I haven't told you this part of the story. Sitting beside this lady, they show up 5 minutes into the game, right? We had some nice seats. And she
Not a big
comes
deal.
in, not a big deal. She comes in, her and her husband. She sits down as soon as she hits the seat. Seats are uncomfortable. I don't like it. Let's go home.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were probably like in their mid-60s, this couple. He's like, we just got here. And she's like complaining. So she's complaining about that. We were sitting in seats where they came and served you food. Not a big deal. She complained that the food wasn't good. Then she ordered a Diet Sprite lemon lime, and they were like, we don't have that. Like, we're a hockey arena.
We're the Peterborough Pete's.
Yeah. And she complained about that. The lights were too bright. Her seat was too low. Her seat wasn't comfortable enough. She didn't know what was going on. And then the Pete's had a shorthanded breakaway, and they scored on a penalty shot. But she had a hypothetical. I'm going to give her the credit for this.
Hold on. Before you give the hypothetical, that woman seems like the description of marriage.
Yeah, he finally said, shut up.
Yeah.
He did. He went, stop talking. And took note that next time I got tickets to a hockey game, lock the car doors when you get in.
Guess who I'm not bringing next game? My wife.
Yeah.
Anyways.
my wife. So then she goes, so the Pete's scored a shorthanded goal, and she said, well, why didn't the penalty go away? And he was like, well, that's not how it works. Like, they were shorthanded. They were on the power play. She's like, oh, well, I think they should try that. And I was thinking, that'd be kind of cool.
Be interesting.
It'd be interesting. If you scored a shorthanded goal, that you then killed off your own penalty. You know what I mean? Did you hit mute? We've lost Will. I don't know if you can hear me anymore.
I can hear you now, but
What?
you left.
You what?
You were frozen for like 10 seconds.
Oh. Anyway, I picked up the bill for you.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, the hypothetical was just if you score on the shorthanded, the power play is over for the other team.
Yeah, it'll never happen. Like, don't get me wrong, it'll never ever happen. But I was just thinking, like, that'd be kind of cool if you were able to score a shorthanded goal. You're back to even strength. You've earned it. Because you score a shorthanded goal, other than getting the goal, what do you earn? You're still shorthanded.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that's cool. I mean, it wouldn't bump the offense in the NHL. I mean, how many times do you see shorthanded goals? Not that often, unless you're a good shorthanded team.
Yeah.
But, like, I think, say in Montreal's case, like, they score a shorthanded goal maybe, like, once every, like, 10 games. I don't know. Like, not that often, but it'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then the hypothetical I retorted to you yesterday over text was the NHL's already floated out this idea of when you're on the power play, you can score as many goals. So, like, let it be a minor. You can score as many goals as you want. So, say you're on the 2-minute power play, you could score, like, 3 or 4 times, as many times as you want until that 2 minutes is over. And they say, like, that'll drive, like, the goals up in the game. Even though there's a lot of goals this year, so.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any changes myself.
No, I don't either. But I was just thinking, I was like, that'd be kind of cool, but...
Yeah, we'll throw a poll up or something on Twitter.
Ooh, yeah, I was supposed to do that this morning.
No, it's okay. But now we can get people to listen and say, you want to know what we're talking about?
Vote A or B. So A...
Yeah. But, so it'd be like Riley's hypothetical, a.k.a. the woman from the Pete's game, uncomfortable woman from the Pete's game, or Will's NHL hypothetical with the the league's already floated around, so not really Will's idea.
Okay, so we'll call one the lady from the Pete's game, and we'll call number 2 Will's hypothetical.
Yeah, so hypothetical.
And then they have to listen to 50 minutes in to figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll throw that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a thought.
Well, we have no sort of poll, so it's not really a thought. It's just something we thought was cool.
Yeah, like it would just change the game a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Anyway.
it's a good talking point.
Yeah.
We should do some more hypotheticals down the road.
Yeah. Shout out to the Pete's lady for that one.
Uncomfortable Pete's lady. Uncomfortable married 60-year-old Pete's lady.
She did not have an evening. The worst part about that, too, was these, probably 20, 21-year-olds rolled in, 10 minutes after her with, a couple pictures, and they were doing shots in front of her, and that just gave her more to complain about.
More fuel to her fire.
More fuel to her fire. Because you know what? Other than there was one guy that just stood up a lot in the middle of the play, and there was 3 skinny guys and 1 big guy, and the big guy was the one that stood up a lot. But other than that, they weren't really doing anything other than just drinking. And the girl beside us was like, "You can't."
Yeah, if you don't like it, go home. It's like that thing.
Well, she wanted to.
You know? If it's too loud, you're too old or whatever.
Well, I had that. You know what? I had that at a concert 2 weekends ago.
What?
It was too loud.
You're too old.
I guess, but it was like noise. The more I say it, the more old I feel.
I was at a concert. I heard noise.
No, it was so loud that you couldn't hear the person singing. You couldn't hear the guitar. You just heard
Yeah, just muffled noise.
Yeah.
I think you were telling that story on the last podcast.
Did I?
I don't know. Maybe it was off air, but God sakes.
Anyway.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
do you want to wrap it up then?
Yeah, so thanks again to our guest.
Yeah.
We'll plug his Twitter one more time.
At Austin_Broad.
So that's BROAD.
Yeah.
And his name is Austin with an I, and I don't know, like Austin Matthews.
If I remember correctly, when we were with Brampton, I kept trying to make up a nickname for him. I kept calling him Broadsy, and I was like, that's a really dumb nickname. If I'm right, I might be wrong, but whenever I think of him, I think Broadsy for some reason.
Broadsy?
Yeah.
I don't think the women around would like that.
Well, it's his last name.
It's okay. Anyways, so next week, I don't know what we'll talk about. Hopefully nothing bad in the world happens by then.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways.
We're bad luck, I think.
We're not good luck.
Wow.
Anyways, buddy, I guess we'll sign off.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say I'll let you go and you're going to hang up.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
All right, well, thanks for listening, and again, subscribe to us, like all our social medias. We're Will and Rye on Ice everywhere. We never really say what our name is.
Yeah, we're Will and Rye on Ice, and if you're interested in any sort of, us promoting your business, we will do that.
Legal business.
Yeah, legal business, please, everyone.
I will open my wallet to anyone, like I said.
Yeah, well, we'll get our checkbooks out. You write a number down, could be $2 or $3.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it.
We're kind of like Carlson next summer. We're sending you a blank. Yeah. Send us a blank check.
Feathers.
Feathers. All right. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See ya.